guys, so today I have a more serious topic to talk about, and that is on confidence and dealing with horrible, awful people, also known as bullies. So not only has this been a much requested video, but I constantly get questions asking how I deal with people, because you guys see some of the comments I get, asking how I deal with people and what advice I can give to help you overcome the same sort of obstacles that you're dealing with. I wrote out 6 pages of thoughts. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading just so I don't forget any points. First thing I want to say is if you're looking for advice dealing with unaccepting parents or jobs or school or whatever, I answer questions like that in this video right here. So click on that if that's the kind of information you want. I noticed that on videos like these, people like to say, you know, that's great, good for you, but, you know, don't make it a crusade. Or, who cares, just do whatever you want. You don't need to, you know, blather to a video and make it a huge deal. Okay, you're missing the point, and I'm not trying to make it a huge deal for me. I'm trying to take my experiences and the way I think and help other people. And if you don't like that, or you don't need help or anything, you don't need to watch this video. I'm not making you or anything. I'm sure somebody will still find something to complain about anyways, but oh well. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is confidence, which is something that a lot of us struggle with for many different reasons. Mostly going to be focused towards personal style, because the questions that I get most often is on that topic. I think even 100% of the time is about that topic, and the hate that I get is about that topic. Okay, so confidence. I did not gain confidence by actively trying to be confident, and that's what I was really confused about. I thought I would have to wake up and go, okay, I'm going to be confident today. It doesn't work like that, and I kind of started gaining confidence. And just looking back now, I didn't really know it at the time, to be completely honest. Looking back now, it was around the beginning of 2013. It was probably something subconscious, something just kind of clicked, just kind of came as I grew and I matured. I have seen way too many people get asked the question, how do you be confident? And all they answer is, you just be confident. That makes no sense to me. You can't just tell somebody to be confident, because you can't be something that you don't know how to be. So that is the most useless answer I have ever heard. You don't just be confident. I have also heard other people say, fake it till you make it, which could totally work for some. But again, going back to, how do I be something that I don't know how to be? Because you can't really just say, I'm going to be confident today, because what you actually have to do is chip away layers and layers and layers of things that have been ingrained into your mind. And you have to chip away everything that has been said to you, or all the dirty looks that you've gotten, or this, that, or the other, so you can't just ignore all that and be confident. You kind of need to focus on what caused you to not be confident and take a second look at it. So I'm going to give you a couple steps that is going to help you reanalyze all these awful things that have been said or done to you. So number 1, you do not exist for other people. And I will talk about that more in depth later on when we get to the bullying portion of this, but just as a whole, you do not exist for others. You exist for you. There are always going to be people in the world who like you and people who don't like you. And now you've realized you don't exist to make people like you or to try to change yourself for other people. That doesn't mean everybody's going to automatically hate you. You're not going to end up alone in life. Oh well, you can't please everybody, you don't need to please everybody, and who cares? If you complied to every single person and listened to every single person who said, oh, you should look like this instead, or you should do this instead, you would look like a different person every single day, and you would be and act like a different person every single day. And that makes no sense. Are you really living your life if you're not happy or you're not comfortable with yourself? You're kind of just existing at that point. You're just kind of here, like a ghost, just wandering around doing stuff, but you're not really happy or enjoying life. You're not living. So now we're going to take those 4 things and like squish them all down to a ball, and we're going to think about those as we go into the next topic, which is bullying. I deal with most of it online, Go figure, a screen to hide behind. A big shocker there. So I'm going to give you more steps now for bullying. And what you need to do is, number one, realize how pathetic and low somebody has to be to think that it is totally okay and appropriate to make fun of somebody. How do you think that it is okay to tell me that I'm ugly, or to tell me that I should go kill myself, or that I'm worthless, or this, that, or the other? Why do you think that's appropriate? Why is that okay? What do you gain out of that? And if you gain something positive, if you feel better about yourself after you've told somebody to go hurt themselves, or that they're ugly, how are you so damaged that you think that is okay? So realizing that, why do you want to waste your time and effort and health and stress about somebody who is that pathetic? Obviously looking for something to be angry about, and think that, number two, the world revolves around them and what they find aesthetically pleasing. So that means not only are they this pathetic, low thing, they're also so egotistical that they think that people should revolve around what they find aesthetically pleasing. This is going back to confidence now. I do not exist for you to find me attractive. I don't care. I never said that you had to. If they can only make fun of your appearance, be it something that you were born with, like the shape of your nose or your teeth or whatever, something natural, or a modification like your piercings, your drawn on eyebrows, then they are so irrelevant, and they are so, everything about them is so irrelevant and invalid that it doesn't even matter. There's more to life than how attractive you are. There's more to life than how attractive you find me. You can only make fun of my face. Cool. So what? I realize that my eyebrows don't look natural. Oh, you mean to tell me that my drawn-on fake eyebrows that go halfway up my forehead don't look natural? News to me. Wow, I never would have thought that black lipstick and white contacts aren't very subtle. Thank you. What would I ever do without your valuable information letting me know how ugly I look? Because you personally don't fancy my style. Obviously, natural isn't something I'm too concerned about. So basically, if they're calling you out on your appearance, they have nothing to actually call you out on. Do you not realize what an ignorant, annoying, pathetic little cretin this person has to be to want to try to hurt you? Once you're accepting of yourself, and again, this might take a month, this might take a year, it's okay, and you can accept maybe some flaws that you see in yourself. Once you accept yourself and are comfortable with yourself, these things can no longer be used against you. They're literally spending their obviously precious time looking for something to be angry about. So when you get people telling you, as many people have told me, oh, this looks gross, I wouldn't ever do that to myself. Cool then, don't do it. I don't care that you don't have piercings, or black lipstick, or platforms. Why do you care that I do? Or when someone says, oh my god, you would look so much better with a smaller nose ring or with natural eyebrows. I don't exist for you to find me attractive. And I never asked you what I would look better with, so you can keep those comments to yourself. The fact that you're even thinking, wow, this person would look a lot better with something that I find aesthetically pleasing instead of what they find aesthetically pleasing for themselves, is just twisted. And these are all things that I've gotten. I know many of you who have come to me with your problems have gotten similar remarks and comments. And like I said in the beginning, if your issue is personal style and expressing yourself, whether that is something a bit more extreme or dramatic, like piercings or black lipstick or contacts, or if it's something like simply wearing a crop top or maybe skinny jeans because you've been told something ridiculous that you don't have the body for that. Okay, if I didn't have the body for that, they wouldn't sell it in my size. One issue isn't any more or less legitimate just because this one's a little bit more dramatic with the black lipstick. They're both just as important issues, so, definitely don't think that, oh, well, my issue isn't really that important and it doesn't really matter as much. And for some reason, people seem to think it's okay for different styles, when how silly would it be if I found somebody online and told them, your perfectly placed blonde highlights don't look very natural in your brown hair. How dumb does that sound? So when you tell me that my drawn-on eyebrows don't look very natural, I'm pretty sure I know, just like that person with salon-done blonde highlights knows that They weren't born like that. That doesn't look like that naturally, but they like it. And that's what it all boils down to, is that they like it. You know, why do I draw my eyebrows over my eyebrow piercing? I can go in depth, but it all boils down to because I like it. You know, being in depth would be, well, I got my eyebrow pierced before I shaved off my eyebrows. Then I shaved off my eyebrows. If I let them grow back in, they would grow in through my eyebrow piercing. However, since shaving off my eyebrows and experimenting with them, I've realized that I personally love them better and think I look better with them on my forehead rather than where they would naturally be. I don't know why people think it's more appropriate to say that for different, you know, styles or different people. And yet when I turn it around on them, it's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Obviously, it's because I like blonde highlights in my hair. Obviously, it's because I like the ombre effect. Obviously, it's because I like wearing different colored contacts, not that that applies today. Obviously, it's because I like drawing my eyebrows on high. There's no other reason that one would do something to their appearance than because they like it. You know, other than like I was held at gunpoint, but how practical is that? So once you take all these things into consideration and, you know, have an epiphany, you conquer this freaking mountain from self-hate and self-loathing and self-consciousness to self-love and self-acceptance. You can't see my hand. Top of the mountain. Self-love, self-acceptance, and self-badassery. That is the most amazing feeling, and it is so freeing. We are all on our own journey for this. So whether it takes you a month or it takes you a year or 2 years, that's totally okay. And even if you sometimes have bad days, that's okay too, because sometimes I have bad days. You know, today I'm totally fine with wearing a crop top. I could wake up tomorrow and not want to wear anything remotely revealing or tight or anything. And eventually, as you're growing and maturing and working at this, you will get to a point where you don't even have confident days anymore. You're just a confident person. You don't have confident days and then bad days. You're just a confident person, and sometimes you have a bad day. Everybody has bad days. That's not really a big deal, and it doesn't mean you failed. So that is really all I have to say. I really hope this helped. I know when I answer people on either AskFM or Tumblr who present me with this kind of issue, I say this exact same thing, just kind of a bit more condensed because I can only type so much. So this is the kind of stretched out version. So I really, really, really hope this helps. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or Facebook. Or you can always ask me a question on AskFM. I'll upload here. I'll link them all down below. If you like this video and if it helped you, you can go ahead and like it. And if you really like this, you can subscribe, because of course that would be very much appreciated. I put out videos every Monday and Friday. If heavy topics aren't really your thing, they're not always as heavy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye!